Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. Before I get started on crypto today, I want to share with you something that I ate this weekend. I've got a friend that's really good at smoking meat. And don't worry, I'm not trying to sell you anything here. I'm just, I want to tell you something that I had that was really good, and I'm going to try to cook it this weekend myself. The website you're looking at is called meatchurch.com. You can go and you can get all kinds of different, they've got recipes all over the site, but I don't even know where these guys are, probably something like Texas, but you can go to this website. They've got all their different rubs and all the different barbecue sauce and all that. Well, for the first time ever, I tasted pork belly burnt ends, and I'm sure many of you have had these before. This is like unbelievably good. And my friend I think he used a recipe similar to this one. And basically you get a pork belly and you cut it up into pieces like that. And then you put your rub on it. You put it on the smoker. I think it's like 3 hours. And, you know, it just depends on the recipe you got. And then after you've smoked it, they roll it in like barbecue sauce and honey in like a pan. And I think they put it back on the smoker for about an hour. When you're done, you get something like this. And it is so good. If you're looking at this picture right now, you're probably getting hungry just looking at it, and you should be, because it's that good. And I'm gonna attempt to smoke this weekend myself. Okay, first I wanted to show you this from Rand Nooner at Crypto Man Rand. This guy does the CNBC Crypto Trader Show, and you can go on YouTube and watch him at CNBC Crypto Trader. He says, "This is honestly one of the best shows I've done. The interviews are so interesting, and each guest brought something different." He has CZ Binance, the CEO of Binance, and the ones I was interested in. And then he has Michael Arrington, who runs Arrington XRP Capital. I think you'll find this very interesting. He also has 3 other people that are big. I'm not sure what all of them do, like Vinny Lingham. This is CEO of Civic Key, building global blockchain ID platform. Just, these are important people apparently in the industry. I just didn't recognize a couple of names. But go check this out. He says he thinks it's his best show ever. All right. And then I thought this was hilarious from King Solomon at XRP_owl. He says when XRP, he's tweeting this to CoinMarketCap. Says when XRP takes the #1 spot from Bitcoin this year, do you plan on changing BTC dominance to XRP dominance? Just curious. And what he's talking about is at the top of that CoinMarketCap, you'll always see it says like 51% Bitcoin dominance. And so the idea being eventually XRP is going to overtake Bitcoin. Okay, got this from XRP lighting the way, ADX lighting the way. Between Ripple's new offices opening in Shanghai and partnership with India's largest IT provider, Tata, the chart below will enlighten you as to why. Look at the markets that are projected to grow substantially by 2020. Do you think China and India will drive the next bull run? This is 2018, 2019, 2020. And when you go down here and you look at China and India, look at their numbers compared to everybody else. This right here is China and India. And Ripple is one of the only companies, blockchain companies related to digital assets, who I know are moving full throttle in those areas. Okay, got this from Sergeant Obi-Wan, and there are many different aspects to this, and many people tweeted this out. Bitstamp granted bit license will expand crypto services in U.S. And Bitstamp, for those of you that don't know, it's bitstamp.net if you want to go check out their site. I don't talk about Bitstamp, and maybe I don't talk about Bitstamp often enough. And the reason is Bitstamp is by far one of my favorite exchanges. The only reason I recently have not been talking about or using Bitstamp is because they have been located in Europe. And for that reason, and that reason only, I've not been using them. Bitstamp, I want to say during the bull run last year that I had my XRP stored on Bitstamp. I want to say that was before I had a Ledger Nano S. And the reason was because Bitstamp was one of the ones I trusted the most. I switched because if I cashed out, I didn't want to have to cash out from Europe because I didn't trust the international wire. Not that there was any reason to not trust it. It's just that made me a little nervous. But yes, when I think about it, that was the bull run because I remember looking at the Bitstamp app on my phone and I couldn't believe how much XRP was going up. I remember looking at it. So yeah, I did have mine on Bitstamp at that time. Okay, an XRP Crypto Wolf expounded on this. XRapid partner, and for those of you that didn't know, Bitstamp is an XRapid partner, is granted bit license to expand crypto services in the United States. New York Department of Financial Services awarded them the 19th bit license, allowing them to offer XRP, BTC, LTC, BCH, and ETH trading pairs to the state's residents. Then XRP Research Center comes in, add XRP Center, and adds even more. Bitstamp, a crypto exchange that facilitates XRapid payment paths, is granted with New York's bit license. Key element in ramping up our presence in the United States, especially when it comes to working with institutional investors. And then he says, breaking, Bitstamp authorized to use XRPL's DEX. Bitstamp USA is also authorized to facilitate transfers of funds onto the Ripple network, issuing Ripple balances in USD, other cryptos, and select fiat currencies, including AUD, GBP, Euro, CHF, and JPY. And then, amazing news, XRP DEX finally regulated and approved. He says, to be clear, this means that Bitstamp, as a separate and independent company, has been granted with an authorization to use XRPL decentralized exchange to issue fiat-backed and crypto-backed IOUs to handle payments. It is not the XRPL per se, but has been regulated. That's big, folks. Big, big, big. All right. And then I got this from XRP James T at XRP James. He sent this, which is huge. Gibraltar Stock Exchange launches listings of blockchain-based securities. Now, folks, we've talked about this a lot on this channel. The world is about to be tokenized, and Gibraltar is about to give you an example. And this is as of today, folks. The Gibraltar Stock Exchange is launching listings of blockchain-powered securities on its practical listing venue, GSX Global Market, the firm announced on April 9th. Today, the GSX starts listing a number of new products known as digital, smart, or tokenized securities, such as corporate bonds, convertible bonds, asset-backed securities, derivative securities, open-ended funds, and closed-end funds, the announcement says. So it's all being tokenized, folks. It's all being tokenized, as we've said for quite some time here. All right, next, Hall Monitor at Hall Monitor 2 posted this. Ripple is hiring a spring community advocate. In case you happen to know someone interested, then please retweet. So this is the job posting that he sent out, that he was posting here on Twitter. It is from Ripple's website, and if it'll come up, I'll show you. Here it comes. Spring Community Advocate. Spring is a new initiative at Ripple focused on third-party developers, projects, companies that build, grow, monetize their applications on XRP Ledger, Interledger Protocol, and other blockchain technologies. Let's see what this person will be doing. Create, support, and grow the community of developers, drive community engagement strategy, build out and grow engagement across all appropriate social channels, respond to questions, engage with developers, post announcements, add energy and personality to the online presence, manage and coordinate communications on different channels, Twitter, Facebook, Medium, Reddit, develop, organize, execute meetups. So if any of you out there think that you can do this, let Ripple know. Behind the Ledger posted this. This is from XRP chat. You can go to @Behind the Ledger. Bob Way on PolySign. Now remember, PolySign has Arthur Brito, I believe, is one of the executives, and then on the board is David Schwartz, I believe. One look, this is Bob Way's opinion on how big PolySign is. One look at PolySign's team and mission, and it becomes obvious that PolySign is the key to institutional XRP adoption. So you can go to this, go to his feed, and you can go and click this link, go to the XRP chat, and read all that Bob Way has to say. And next, this is from Mike Preston, @MikePrestonCW12, sent me this update. A court in Nova Scotia has approved a motion to move the case against Quadriga CX into bankruptcy proceedings. Remember, folks, this is that asset exchange, crypto exchange, where the owner suddenly, quote, died. And there's a lot of people that don't think he actually died. They think he just disappeared. But he supposedly died and didn't leave the private keys to any of the digital assets to anybody in the company or his relatives. And so now all of these people, now this has been turned over to bankruptcy proceedings. And here's what that means. If you had your money, your digital assets on that exchange, it means that you are not now tied up in a bankruptcy proceedings. And at some point it means that lawyers, which they're probably, the bankruptcy court is going to turn this over to some lawyer, and they're going to be in charge of dispersing whatever funds can be found, and they won't be many. And so you're going to wait another year or two just to find out the little tiny amount of money that you get dispersed from this. Meanwhile, if this guy has skipped town, he's off partying with your money. If he did actually die, then you trusted this one person with your private keys, and this idiot didn't leave the private keys to the people with the company. In any event, it sounds shady as it can be, but either way, you're left holding the bag of nothing, okay? That is why over and over and over, I tell you to get a Ledger Nano S. You can go in the description of every video I've ever done and find a link where you can go to Ledger and get one of these. I think I'm going to buy another couple of these myself in the next few days. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family not to keep their digital assets on the exchanges. Get a Ledger Nano S. Thank you for listening.